Oddie's back with another Masada style gun. Let's get into the review.
This review has been brought to you in part by Main Irish Airsoft.
So what do we have here? This is the Umarex TS40MA ACR. It's not a Masada, it's an ACR. The reason why they're not calling it a Masada is because they do not have the licensing rights to do so. But in all intents and purposes, it is, yes, a Masada. So this is OEM'd by A&K. Now, if anybody knows their stuff, there are only really two Masadas on the market. There's the Magpul Masada, one of which I was an owner of and no longer. And the other one has been the A&K version. It's been the sort of the little stepbrother to the big Masada. Now, I have to tell you, this isn't in the same ballpark as the Magpul Masada, but then again, nor is the price. This is a budget version of that particular piece. And I have to tell you, I think they do it really, really well. Now, it has all the features of the main one and has like a full charging handle that locks back. Then it has the typical release for it, which is really nice just around the trigger. The great thing about this particular model is that it is fully customizable internally as well as externally. Internally, you can tinker at it, you can put in a MOSFET if you want to. You cannot do that on the Magpul Masada because the Aries micro trigger system just doesn't allow for any tinkering, which is a real pain in the ass, let me tell you, and one of the reasons why I kind of fell out of love with my Magpul Masada. Foregrip here is where you house the batteries. I have to say it's all fairly tight in there, and it's quite awkward to get the handguard to sit on. It takes a, you wouldn't do it real fast in field if you were in a firefight and you went down on a battery. Stock is adjustable, has a number of different levels of movement there. You can move that to whichever suits you, and it's very, very comfortable to shoulder. Rate of fire is fairly poor, roughly about 12, maybe 13 BBs per second. But that said, for the type of piece that it is, it works fine. You don't expect a huge rate of fire out of a model like this. But that said, if you wanted to, you could tinker it to make that happen for you. Now, there are known issues with the A&K Masada / ACR out there. One is that the barrel wobbles an awful lot. Now, there is an easy fix, and it just takes a little bit of research. Don't panic, don't sweat if you buy one of these and everything's not quite as tight as you'd like it, because they are very, very fixable. Crazy NC Man has an actual dedicated video on how to fix the problems on this particular thing of barrel wobble. It's real simple, no point in me going through it here. Just Google it, you'll find it, and any other issues. And as I said, I have a mate of mine who has rocked out with one of these for a good while, and he absolutely loves it now. He's changed most of the internals inside at this stage, but you know what? He has a really, really solid gun, and it works ever so well for him. He loves it. And I have to say, if you can't afford a Magpul Masada, then this is the next best thing if you want an ACR platform to bring into the airsoft arena. We've got some footage of it being shot and fired, and we'll just play that and we'll come back to the conclusion. Full auto. Now I'm shooting at a predetermined mark down this funnel of trees. It's 40 meters away, I know that because I've done a laser rangefinder on it. This hasn't even been tampered with the hop unit, and I have to say, firing ever so sweetly. Great rate of fire, great range. It's hitting the 40 meter mark, and if I started mucking around with the hop unit, I'd say we'd be in business for some real serious distance. So to conclude, if you're in the market for an ACR style platform gun, then I definitely would have a look at this. There are known issues with this particular model, but that said, they're all very, very fixable. It's a very upgradable piece, and it looks very, very good. The plastic finish on this gun isn't going to take a huge amount to scruff it up. It's not that hard wearing plastic. It will take a few knocks. But you know what? It's airsoft, you're not playing. You know, I know we all want to look our very best out there, but sometimes having a gun that looks a bit more roughed up is far more realistic than something that's shiny and brand new. It means that you actually are playing rather than just appearing at airsoft. The mags are brilliant, you know, they're no issues with feed, and this will take any style M4 mag, any P mag, any mid cap, and it will just rock them all. And I wish I could say that with the Magpul Masada, because it just doesn't like anything other than P mags. You can put a Lonex in this, and as I said, this will just run and run and run. So there you have it. This is the TS40MA ACR by Umarex with very, very light trades on it. Again, this is what I don't understand about Umarex. Usually on their high-end Umarex bits, they have a huge big essay about the licensing under the Umarex stuff. On their low-end sport line stuff, they have just a small little bit of stamping, and that's it. And it makes for a much nicer gun. So, hey, go figure. It doesn't make much sense to me either. So, as I said, Main Irish Airsoft are selling these babies, and if you're into them, check them out. Well worth a look. Nice ACR. This has been Oddie's Airsoft, and we're going to catch you real soon with the next review.